Result. It's a tribute to all the ones who ran before me. Known as spit truth, so y'all can understand his glory. It's a tribute to all the ones who ran before me. Known as spit truth, so y'all can understand his glory. It's a tribute to all the ones who ran before me. Known as spit truth, so y'all can understand his glory. It's a tribute to all the ones who ran before me. Known as spit truth.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Unsolicited, episode 16. I am your host, the Evangelical Norm. Unsolicited is just what it sounds like. It is my unsolicited opinion on all kinds of different things, whether it's be books or music or whatever. Actually, sometimes it is solicited. I've had a couple of people go, "Hey, will you review my album?" That's when you know things are going all right. When somebody's going to come and go, "Will you do this for me?" But usually it's just me going, hey, I like this album. I'm going to talk about it. Rarely, unless somebody asks me to do their album and I just didn't like it, I'm going to be honest and I'm going to say, hey, yeah, I will. But I'll be honest about it. But usually I'm only going to review stuff that I like. So don't come to me if you want me to. Well, and I even take that back because I've done a couple of reviews of... Well, and my wife asked me to. The last review I did was of a secular song that I reviewed because my wife wanted me to. So, reaction video. But generally, for the most part, you're going to get just stuff that I like. If it's something that I don't like, if I pull your project and I listen to your joint and I'm just not a fan of it, I'm not going to drag you through the mud on here unless you ask me to. And then I'm always going to be willing to step up and say, sure, I'll do it if you want me to. But I'll be 100% honest whether I like it or not. So generally, what you're going to get, and today is no different. I'm going to gush over this next album that just came out about a week ago from our buddies over at Wrath and Grace. Before I get to that, let me just throw this out. Jay, I really think you should bring me in under the umbrella of Wrath and Grace for Unsolicited. I mean, you've got Cross-Examine, you've got The Basement, you've got Wrath and Grace Radio, you've got Callie's new podcast. I think you need me, and I need a discount on clothes. But wait, I'm a Patreon supporter, so I already get a discount on clothes. Scratch that. We're good, unless you really want to. But I already got the discount, unless I can get a bigger discount, because we're family already, so it's all good. So with that, let's talk about some family. Let's talk about Alyssa Wade. Now, first, let's just talk about the artwork of this album cover. I've never really gone goofy over an album cover. I mean, I've seen some good ones. There's some, Ivy's Don't Just Listen album cover was tight. Trying to think of some other album covers that just stick out to me. Philosophy was a pretty clever album cover. But this is artwork, man. This is I know Strack and Kurt mentioned last Friday on Cross-Examine, the name of whoever did this is responsible for this album cover. But wow. I was really taken by this album cover, and it's just the deep shade of purple there and the lighter shades of purple and the flowers and everything. I mean, this was just a really, really cool album cover. I don't know why it stuck out to me so much, but yeah, from the cover on, this is just a great album. And so I want to take a look at the list, the track list, and some really cool features on here. I gotta say I had never heard of Joel McCarty before. Maybe I might have heard some of what he's done, but the name I did not know. But then the other four features on here are guys that I would just, I mean, one, Omri, Tony, any of these guys could read the phone book over a beat, and I would probably buy it, just because. And they each have their own just really distinct, different things about them that make them really good. So, Omri, Chris Jones, Tony from Hazakim, Zeta Blacksmith, all just amazing features on here. So with that, what is my favorite feature? My favorite feature, and I'm going to play a part of the clip here, is Omri in My Father's World. And maybe it's just because I'm really still holding out hope to get that Omri album sometime in the near future. I just got a little, Chris Jones dropped something not too long ago. Hazakim, I'm still banging Origins from time to time. Zeta Blacksmith had that album out, Alchemy. Yeah, it was Alchemy was his latest album. So I mean, I got all kinds of, these guys where I can go. I still don't have a whole lot of Omri, so I gotta edge that for my favorite feature. And my favorite song on here was really, it came down close between Amazing Grace and Old Rugged Cross, but I had to give it to the Old Rugged Cross because that's been one of my favorite hymns since I was a kid. Just a weird thing on that. My dad loved Anne Murray, had a bunch of Anne Murray stuff, and my dad was never really religious, so it wasn't, but one of the albums he had of Anne Murray had the Old Rugged Cross on it, and I listened to that and they just fell in love with that song. And Alyssa, the arrangement and the way she does it is just amazing. Holy 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 was a perfect start to this album. My immediate thoughts went back in the day with Out of Eden, which they were probably one of the top female R&B groups in gospel / Christian hip hop music. And reality, I would take this album over any of their stuff in a minute. This was it was that good. It really, really was. So with that, I want to give you all a little taste of what this sounds like. So we're going to take a little look at, this is the title track, My Father's World, from Alyssa Wade, featuring Omni from Wrath and Grace. All right, so I'm not gonna give you all of it because again, I want you to go buy it. So I'm not gonna play it all for you. Well, you can play the whole video on YouTube. So I could have played it all. Didn't get to Omri's feature, but go buy the album. Go check the video out on YouTube. But go buy the album. You can get it on. I'll have the link to Wrath and Grace to link to directly to the album. Usually, I recommend people go to Bandcamp. I like Bandcamp because they let you leave a tip or a little bit more. I'm sure they could do that on Wrath and Grace, but they have one set price. So while you're there and buying the album, pick up a book. Callie's book, Luke's books, Nick Kennicott, and great book. Is it Alfred? I see Nick Kennicott all the time on Wrath and Grace, so I've got his name down. I can't remember the other. I think it's Nick Alford was the co-author. I have the book around here somewhere, and I'm not going to search for it to find it. But pick that up. That's a really good book. And you can pick up some really good t-shirts from Wrath and Grace. So, one-stop shop for all things hip-hop. Right there. There you go. There's my Wrath and Grace commercial. So, yeah, this was a really, really good album. I loved it. My wife likes it. Played it a few times in the car. My daughter likes it. So, yeah, my daughter's more interested right now in Shailin with stories, Egypt. So, but you can go pick this up. And again, here I'm going to beat my drum that I always beat every time I do an album review. Please don't just stream this. I think this is out. You can stream it on different services, but don't just stream it. Go spend $8 or $9 or whatever it is to buy this album and purchase this album to support those people who are bringing us music. We're if they can't make the money they need to make on they can't make the albums, and that's all there is to it. And now I know that times are kind of hard right now with the shutdown and all that other stuff, but please take a minute, go check this album out and just purchase it, and whatever else you got to get over there at Wrath and Grace. There's a lot you can get. I think you can even get coffee cups now, hats, coffee cups, you name it, it's there. But spend a little money, put feet to the support of our, not just talking about how much we like it and the few little cents that they get from the streaming services, but really spend $10 and buy the album to support these guys and girls who are out there making really, really good Christian music for us to have instead of having to fill our ears with the garbage that is out there right now. So there you have it, guys. I hope you'll go and pick it up. I hope you really will enjoy it. I love this album. It is a great album. So go check it out. Alyssa Wade, My Father's World. A lot of good features, really good cover art, and just all around great album to share with people. And so there you go. As always, preach the gospel at all times. Use words. They're necessary. And until next time, Soli Deo Gloria.